Well, we're ready to plant. As you can tell, we're down to $10,000. We sold off those last two bales and spent a ridiculous amount of money that I'm really hoping we can make back pretty fast. So we'll look over here. You can see we have a spinnery and a tailor shop installed. So I put 4 bales into our spinnery here. We take a look. You can see we've got 76,000. So we've already run through 4,000 liters of cotton already. And our tailor shop is already also producing clothes. So we'll be able to sell the clothes and any fabric that might be left over in April. So we will have money coming in just a couple of months. I wanted to get some bales in here and see how this goes, see how much cotton we can actually get through in a year, and see, are these productions going to be able to keep up with how much cotton we are producing? So that's part of what we're doing. And also, I just want to see what kind of money can we actually make with these productions before I go, 100% full tilt into them. And I also purchased another farm, Field 64. We own that as well. So that will be added into our cotton fields here. And I'm hoping in April we can make enough money to purchase Field 65 as well. Now we're done paying off all of our equipment. Every piece of equipment is paid for. The only loan that we have is our mortgage. And that's only, what was that, like $5,000 a month? So we're sitting pretty good. As long as we get to April, don't spend any more money than we absolutely have to, we're good. Now, if I miss a mortgage payment, it's not the end of the world. They won't repo my farm, but they will up my monthly payments if I miss a payment. So that part kind of sucks, but all in all, we should be fine. And we have a lot of planning to do, so I'm going to get to it. And I can't wait to see what our productions actually produce here. So we'll get this tractor fired up, drop it down, and we'll get to planting our cotton. So we'll plant and fertilize here. And something we're going to need to look into here pretty soon. I think we're good for harvesters for now. That didn't take too long this last fall to harvest our cotton. So I think we're good with 2 for now. But either another tractor and planter or a bigger tractor and planter is definitely going to be on the list, especially since, I'm already at almost 66 hours on this tractor. The maintenance is getting very expensive very quickly. And also, if you remember from last episode, I had some issues with hiring AI. I don't know if that was the fertilizer cart or this tractor, but regardless, I think it's probably a good idea to look into replacing this tractor here in the near future. But we'll go ahead and get these fields all planted, and then we need to get our sprayer out and get them all sprayed, and that'll be it for our spring field work. And yeah, I can't wait to see what our productions do. So we'll get these fields hammered out as quick as we can. That way we can move on to the spraying. All right, well, as you can see, we obviously have a new tractor and a new planter. I financed both. It'll be about $11,000-$12,000 a month for the next 2 years for these. Because I was honestly just kind of getting bored. It was taking forever to get our field planted, and that was getting annoying. I really, really wanted another tractor and planter. B, I wasn't sure if it was the tractor or the spreading of lime that was actually causing my crashing issues for the last episode. So this is a good way, set an AI worker to run my planter with the 7200 or with 7240 and see if I could do field work in another tractor. And so far that's working just fine. So it's not necessarily the tractor, but it might have been the fertilizer cart or just the fact that I was spreading lime. Not really sure which, but so far we seem to be working just fine. Now, I don't own the field that we're in. We're obviously doing a contract. So this will pay, I think it was 8,000, maybe a little more. So not going to make enough off of this contract with what we already have to cover 2 months worth of payments. But in April, we'll be able to sell off our clothes and make some money. So we should be just fine, I do believe. But I'll pick up some more planting contracts next month and I'll see if there's any planting contracts next month. There should be some in April and May. So I'll pick those up. That way we can continue making money just to make sure we get through here in the short term. But this is going to help us cover ground a lot faster, having 2 planters, 2 tractors. And this also has a front loader attachment because that 7240 is starting to really cost a lot of money for maintenance with how high of hours it is. So that's something we also need to keep an eye on, is see if we can find another tractor, either brand new or find another used one with less hours that's not going to cost us quite so much in maintenance moving forward. But we'll have this contract done here pretty quick, and we are planting cotton. So this is also something, depending on how much money we make off of selling clothes, maybe I can purchase this field and, we're getting paid to plant it. Maybe I can purchase it and have a little extra cotton to harvest next fall. All right. And this contract is finished. So we'll get this planter folded up and we'll go ahead and collect. So that gives us $23,000. I'll take that. And, I guess I forgot to mention I sold a bunch of seed and fertilizer that I had sitting in the shop. And that's how we got the initial money to buy these. Because even though I financed them, you still have the initial down payment on everything. So that got us up to 25,000. And then we financed the tractor and the planter, and now we're down to 20. And now we're at 23,000 after completing that contract. So we'll get this drug back to the home place and finish up planting for the year, and then we can start spraying. Well, we're ready to go ahead and get our spraying done. So we'll jump in the John Deere. I've already got it loaded with herbicide. Now let's hope that this 5,000 liters of herbicide will cover all of our fields. If not, that means we have to buy herbicide, and that is 1,000% not in the budget for this year. So we're going to start in this field. We'll start right down here. Nice and easy to get to. And we'll knock these fields out. This won't take long, like always, and like every year. I like to try and get all of my herbicide sprayed before the plants emerge. That way I never have any weed pressure and never get docked for weeds growing in the field. So we'll fire it up. Got our GPS locked. And we'll fly through this field in no time. Well, we definitely did not have enough herbicide to get through all of our fields. We got 2 fields and 1 passive end rows on our third. So yeah, we're not sitting so good. So we're gonna have to fill this thing up and fill it all the way up again. So yeah, that's $5,400. not thrilled about that, but nothing we can do about it. So let's hope we get some pretty good contracts next month because we're going to need them. That is for sure. Well, we'll go ahead and get folded out here, get this field done, and then we have two more fields after this. So there may potentially be a third fill up for herbicide yet that I definitely was not counting on. All right, well, we're definitely cutting this really close. We're still on our second fill up of the herbicide, and we're in our last field on our last pass. And it looks like we're going to have just enough. Oh my goodness. That was cutting it close. So we have a whole 32 liters left. That's not great by any means. So we'll take the sprayer back to the home place, get it all cleaned up, fueled up, put away for the rest of the year, as we should be done with it. And then I will see you guys probably next month, and we can see what kind of contracts we come up with. Let's hope for some good ones, because $21,000 is not going to go very far. That's for sure. All right, welcome into March, everyone. We've got looks like 6,000 liters of clothes already produced. Our factories are still running strong, so we'll get some more clothes yet this month. Our fields look good, and our contract situation looks bleak, to say the least. So I'm going to go ahead and get these clothes put on the trailer. That way I can get the trailer parked in our shed and have these out of the elements. That way I don't have pallets of clothes sitting outside getting destroyed. Oh, and we had another one spawn. Awesome. So, not sure what we're going to do for contracts here. It's, like I said, it's not looking good. Not at all. So, we're, I don't know, honestly, what we're going to do for this next month. This could be really bad. We may end up having to sell some of these clothes early if our contract situation doesn't end up getting any better. Try and get that nudged over. We should be able to go 3 wide is my hope for these. All right. Well, for some reason, pallets keep spawning. So we have a lot more clothes than I thought we did, which is definitely not a bad thing by any means. We can end up with a full trailer load. That would be ideal. And yes, my front loader skills or skid loader skills are definitely not very good. But on the bright side, we can go 3 wide on the trailer, so that's good. That means we can haul a lot of pallets on not a very big trailer. All right, well, we got all of our pallets on the trailer, so I'm going to run the Bobcat back up to the shop, and then we'll come back down, get that trailer put in the shed, and then we can take a look at our contracts, and hopefully something new has popped up, because we need it, and we need it bad. All right, so we have 8,000 liters of clothes. I'm very, very happy about that. We'll get all of these strapped down here. And we can go ahead and get this put in the shed. Well, before we back it in, we'll take a look. All right, so you can see our contracts. We have the stone picking contract is our biggest one, but we also have some weeding contracts here that are paying out pretty decent. Now, we don't have any kind of weeder, So we would have to borrow the equipment. Same with the stone picking, but stone picking is only 779 to borrow, and same with the weeding. So that makes them pay out pretty good, but that's about it. So I think we're going to go ahead and we will borrow the items for the stone picking contract. That way we can do that one. That's 13,000. That should get us, with us being at 9 grand, that should get us enough to get through this next month until we can get these clothes sold off, which I think we're going to make a lot of money. That's the hope anyway. I really, really want to make a lot of money selling these clothes and, you know, prove to myself that productions are actually worth it sometimes. Because for the most part, I'm not a production player. I don't like using productions. Anytime I can get away with it, I will absolutely avoid them. So I'm hoping this works out and we can continue to build our cotton empire into something, pretty amazing here. But for now, we're not doing amazing and we need to go do some contracts. So we'll go do this stone picking contract, and maybe throughout the day, we'll find another contract or two that are actually worth our time and pay out decent. So here's something I forgot. We can sell off all the stones that we pick. We're getting paid to get the stones off the field, but once we get them picked up, they're all ours. It goes to show how often I don't do contracts that I completely forgot about that. But we're going to go ahead and take these stones to the cement factory and see how much we get. It's only 2,000 liters, but I'm just curious as to how much we can actually sell stones for and what kind of little extra payout we're going to get. But we'll get paid for the contract and we'll get paid for selling the stones. So we get to kind of do a nice little double dip here on this contract, which is going to be very, very helpful. All right, we're here at the cement factory. We'll get backed in, get these 2,000 liters unloaded, and see how much we get. Just almost $200. It's not a lot, but every little bit counts. So we'll head back to the field, and cool, I just made an achievement. That's pretty impressive considering how long I've been playing this game. And also goes to show that, yeah, I truly don't do contracts or literally basically anything with stones. So, yeah, we'll head back to the field, see how our AI worker is coming along, and check in with you guys when we get done. All right, well, we have we have completed this contract, so we're going to go ahead, take these stones to the cement factory, get these sold off, and then we can complete the contract to get the 13,000. So this contract will end up being about a $1,400 contract because we also have to take consideration the cost of borrowing the equipment to do the contract. So there's an $800 loss there. So the stones paid for that and a little extra. So I'll definitely take it. It's going to be enough to get us through till April when we can sell off the clothes. All right, we'll get back in here, get this unloaded, and see how much we actually end up with. $607. Ouch. All right, so between this load and the 2,000 we brought in earlier, that basically paid for us borrowing the equipment, and that's it. So much for us getting a little extra. That sucks. But we'll go ahead and collect. That brings us up to 21,530, and that will be enough to get us through until April when we can sell off our clothes here. So I will see you guys in April. All right, it is April and we're fully loaded. We've got 14,000 liters of clothes on here. and we are heading to the warehouse to get these sold. They're paying the best price, and I got to be honest, I'm a little nervous. I don't know if this is actually going to make us enough to get through this year. This is kind of going to be the make or break year for us. Either we're going to skim by or we're not, and we're going to lose everything. And I'm a little worried. We might actually fail with this cotton, and that wouldn't be good. So I'm definitely nervous. I'm hoping this pays out a lot better than I think, but typically it pays out worse than I think. So that's not good. But we're gonna head to the warehouse, get this sold, and cross our fingers. It's enough to get us through for another year. So the plan is to turn all of our cotton into clothes, and that means we won't be able to sell anything until next April. If that's the case, oof, yeah. Okay, well, I think we made the right choice. That paid out way, that paid out like $200,000 better than I thought it would. So that's fantastic. That that leaves us with a lot of money for this year, and I'm very, very excited about that. So now we need to figure out what our next step is here, because we definitely made the right decision. I'm very, very happy about that, and we're going to definitely be expanding our operation. That is for sure. But I think that'll happen in the next episode. So if you guys like what you're seeing, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.